Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahushai, Koholoyam La, Aranawa Yahweh, Bahashem Shamalak Yahushai, Bahashem Hakadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Green Millstone, peace, salutation, hope for elect, Abba Yashamalak Dawadah, the house of King David, and so the fusion of faces that look like these heathen nations, but it then goes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, the original who shows the sea line, Shalom. So this video is going to be, why you should keep and grow your beards. Alright, so the reason why I want to make it this video is because I want to edify a lot of you brothers in the truth on why you should have a beard, because it's pretty much like it's a godly feat to have a beard. Because you see in the what you call it, the Greek mythology and Roman mythologies, you will see like those statues or those, you'll see a lot of statues that have like beards, like men with beards. Yeah, that represents a godly feat. And I find ironic how Edomites shave their beards, but yet y'all follow y'all customs after Greeks and Romans, and they had Greek and Roman gods that kept beards, like Zeus, for, that's a famous example, and Poseidon. So, and even Hades. So those are just examples of, false deities, but, it's just a good example to show, like, they had, beards. So, and then the Lord wants you to be, he wants you to represent his image, because the Heavenly Father is the one who has a beard too. And his son has a beard too. Their beard is white and woolly. So, and it's just to represent a godly feat. Because we're pretty much, because the 12 tribes of Israel, we come in a godly, in a godly image. So we have to look as godly as possible, and we have to act as godly as possible by following these laws and commandments. And one of the laws in Leviticus, get it up, 19 and 27, says, "Ye shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard." And then one thing with Jake is that Jake trying to be like the heathens, because that's what the heathens do. They shave their beard off to keep a mustache. They shave off their beard to to shave it into a goatee. That's marring your beard. Going to that word like mar.
Strong's H 7843. Shacheth.
So it says to destroy, corrupt, to go to, ruin, or decay. So basically, when you're corrupting your image, you're destroying your image, because when you mar your beard, like, don't get me wrong, some brothers are not going to be able to grow out a beard. Some brothers are not going to be able to grow facial hair. You're going to have that, I just pray that the Lord could, give you that ability to grow it out. What I use is usually castor oil. I have a lot of essential oils. I use castor oil, coconut oil. Coconut oil is my go-to. I've been using that before all these other oils. Then I use like hemp oil. I got, this peppermint oil and tea tree oil. That's what I use. I kind of use it on my hair, and I use it on my beard. Because having a beard, it keeps the oils in your hair. And I might add this to the title too, that you shouldn't really have a hairline, like not to line up your head, and not to make the corners of your head like pretty much like when you go to the barber, you get like a haircut, like a lineup or whatever. You're not really supposed to do that, because in the ancient world, men didn't really do that, because that's art. That's looking like, it looks fake in a way, because that's just like you trying to look like something you're not. And these are things that the heathens did. But the thing is that, like, I'm not gonna lie, don't be over righteous. So to a certain extent, if you have a job, if they tell you to shave off your beard, don't go to that job. If they tell you to trim it, all right, that's okay. Some brothers said it's okay. Sometimes in the scriptures you don't want to be too over righteous, but if the job tells you gotta shave off your hair, your beard, don't go to that job. That's a heathen custom. And if they tell you to what do you call it? They tell you like you could get to get a lineup or whatever, then it's whatever. But you shouldn't really like do it too often. Because that wasn't our custom. And going into that word mar, it says to hinder, to damage. So that's where pretty much it comes from, that word. Let me see. Maran in the Old English, or marin, which is loiter. And it says Leviticus 21:5, they shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. And you see, and that's a childlike feature, like doing that shit, trying to have a smooth baby face. And that's what Esau does. So this devil, Esau, he would make beards look bad. He would say shaving is cleaner, shaving is sometimes when you shave, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna have problems, like you might get some cuts or whatever. You sometimes will have like some acne growing inside by where your beard is supposed to be. Usually your hair is supposed to be there for a reason. Like I said, it's okay to trim it, but don't shave it all off. And even Apostle Gabar, in one of his videos, he said when it was coming to a woman that he liked, he said that she told him to cut his beard off, and he said he didn't want to do that, so he left her. So and move on to someone else, and that's a strong thing to do, because you don't want to do anything, go out your way to please a bitch if she want you to be shaving face. If anything, in Isaiah 4:1, these women are gonna be running to you. Don't run to these damn stinking ass bitches. They ain't worth it. I mean, and for the most part, having a beard, you shaving off your beard just to keep a woman, that might make her even leave you even more, because in a way you're trying to change yourself to satisfy a stinking woman that's not even, she might not even want to keep you. These women are whores. Women wouldn't really even be the right name for them. They would be considered as bitches for doing that, for being dishonest, and for not showing their loyalty like that. Yeah. So, and that's how they are. And it says, what you call it? King David told one of his men that fought the Ammonites, which were the so-called Japanese. Let me see. It says, let me see. Let me start at 2 Samuel chapter 10, verse 4. Wherefore Hannah took David's servants and shaved off that one half of their beards and cut off their garments in the middle, even to their buttocks, and sent them away. When he told unto David, he said to meet them, because the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until your beards be grown, and then return. Yeah. So basically, pretty much says the same thing in 2 Chronicles 19:5 says, wherefore Hannah, in verse 4, wherefore Hannah took David's servants and shaved them and cut off their garments in the midst, hard by their buttocks, and sent them away. Then they were certain and told David how the men were served, and he sent to meet them, for the men were greatly ashamed. And the king said, tarry at Jericho until their beards be grown, and then return. So yeah, that was an order sent by King David to tell those men to tell one of his, the men that were shaved or whatever, to go and stay at Jericho till your beards grow out again to its right, length. And then you could go back and, to war. Because that was one of the commandments that, that they had to keep, as well as many other commandments. Like when David was in rulership, they had to keep their beards. That's a godly thing, and it's like a godly image. Because it probably would feel a certain type of way if you didn't have your beard and you fought in war and you represented our people. It's like kind of like how in America you have to wear what represents your country if you're in the military, and you have to carry that American flag. And it's kind of like in its truth. You gotta have an image that represents the Heavenly Father, and your actions that represents the Heavenly Father. And one of the images having a beard, keeping your body, mark free, trying to, keep your image as godly as possible, and keeping your actions too as godly as possible. Because in this flesh, we're going to be made to go off. We're going to be made to do different things, but that's going to lead us astray from the truth. But it's a temptation. You got to fight it. And that's that shaving demon, man. I gotta fight that shit. This is what it says in the benefits of having a beard. It says, a beard can protect the face from the sun damage and rays. So it makes you look younger in actuality. Because one brother, I think his name was Lamatazak, meaning lamb. He told me at the GMS camp, when I went over there, he told me that, having a beard, like, it keeps the rays, it protects your face, it keeps the oils of your face, basically, he's trying to say. He said it preserves the oil of your face, yeah. So, keeps the oils in your beard. And that's where, like, when you have hair, it keeps those oils on you, That's why it was commanded for you not to shave your head, too. And even if some brothers are going to be bald-headed, don't get me wrong. But I feel like if you're bald, you need to have a beard. Because, to make it look more appealing, to make you look more, appealing. But even if you have hair on your head, you still should have a beard regardless. And it says, men with a lot of skin exposure end up with leathery skin and increase in wrinkles. Yep, and a beard decreases your amount of wrinkles. The dermatologist Bobby Buka, founder of Greenwich Village Dermatology and section chief at the Mount Sinai School of Medicine told the Huffington Post, there's a condition known as dermatoheliosis that is chronic sun damage. The manifestation of that is spots, saggy skin, and wrinkled skin. And this is what happens when you don't keep a beard. And I find it funny that he come from Mount Sinai School of Medicine, where Edomites dwelled from. Oh, Slovakia. Wait, never mind. Let me see. As Jonah Revicencio mentioned in her HuffPost blog, science explains why a beard makes you look hotter. Beards are able to block up 95% of the sun's harmful UV rays, citing research from the University of Southern Queensland. Revicencio explained that a beard can mitigate sun damage and even reduce a man's risk of contracting skin cancer. And mitigate is to lessen the risk. It's to lessen. A beard can keep you warm in the winter. As the temperature drops, your beard is there to keep you warm. Having facial hair of any kind acts as a barrier of protection, especially in winter months, Buka told HuffPost. When we're talking about the wind and the cold weather chapping of the skin, it acts as a thermal protection as well as physical protection against the elements. So yeah. So a beard is supposed to protect you from the sun and the winter. So that goes you need to keep a beard all seasons. So, because your skin could get dry and chappy in the winter because there's no evaporation going on. I mean, there's no water vapor barely because it's pretty much being freezed out in the winter. And then in the summer, okay, if they have water vapor in the air, you're still gonna have problems with the sun because the sun is gonna be beaming at your face. And this devil at one point was saying that the CDC was he used the CDC recommending that men to shave their beards. I'm like, what? How the fuck you gonna recommend our people to shave their beards and stuff like that? Saying that keeping a clean shaven face is COVID-19, You see, this devil is really sick because he's saying that, if you have a beard now, you're more likely to have it. He's trying to say everything just to keep the men in the Lord, just to keep us as an enemy, And that goes to show you that Esau is really a child, but only a child shaved their beard like that. That's a childlike mindset, keeping a smooth baby face. And that's, these Amalekites, they might keep, okay, don't get me wrong, they'll keep their beards, for the most part, but they still are like children. You having to look, and they don't even look good with a beard any damn way. For the most part. They look like witches and warlocks. Our people having a beard, it looks good on our people. Because I don't see any Jake looking bad if they have a full grown out beard. It says number 3, a beard can ward off throat disease. Facial hair can help keep airborne bacteria out of your mouth, which assists in protecting your throat. The effectiveness of the beard has been documented as far back as 1875. In the book Pulmonary Tuberculosis, Its Pathology, Natural Symptoms, Diagnosis, Prognosis, Causes, Hygiene, and Medical Treatment, Dr. Addison P. Dutcher noted, there cannot be the least doubt that the beard and the hairs that grow in the nostrils were designed by nature to guard the lungs from invasion of these deleterious particles, such being the use of the beard. Individuals engaged in employment where the air is constantly filled with particles of fine dust should never shave. I have come to this conclusion from a careful observation of the effect of wearing the beard and of shaving upon the air passages and lungs, and I could, if space allowed, record many cases of throat and lung disease that have been permanently cured by wearing a beard. The beard can assist those with asthma. Similar to the prevention of throat disease, beards provide another barrier between your body and toxic exposures. If you have a reactive airway condition like asthma, beard provides an additional filter before toxins enter your lungs, Buka told HuffPost. See, I didn't even know that until I read this article. It says a beard can reduce the chances of bacterial infection by acne. Beards can add an extra layer of protection from infections while bacteria naturally exist on the skin. Shaving can create openings that bring in bacteria and lead to infections and ingrown hairs. Not shaving can also reduce acne flare-ups. According to the book The Acne Cure by Terry J. Dubrow and Brenda D. Adderley, shaving can bring on acne breakouts, worsening existing acne, and contribute to acne-related skin infections, per an article on Livestrong.com quoting the book. So yeah, and shaving, they said in the Bible like to not shave, and it's for a reason. So I don't know why the hell you put not shaving can also also like okay. I don't know why the hell Esau, for one, have trying to promote like clean shaven. You see, he tries to Esau likes to put misinformation out there. Yeah, that's why these devils don't belong in rulership. They belong to be in the caves and Mount Seir. And it was better off if they did that than to oppress and rule over our people and teaching our people to move astray from the Heavenly Father. You know, everywhere, every way this devil try to find to make our people move far away from the Heavenly Father as possible. Even by means of breaking the laws and commandments, starting with this, shaving. And it says not shaving can clear up your schedules for more important things. In 1972, Dr. Herbert Mescon, then professor and chairman of the Department of Dermatology at Boston University School of Medicine, told the Spartanburg Herald that the average man will spend an estimated 3,350 hours of his life shaving. That's 139 days. Nearly 5 months growing a beard can save you so much time. Damn right. 7. Most men feel more attractive with a beard. German consumer goods company Braun asked 1,000 New York men this past year about their grooming practices. 67% of the men surveyed said they sport facial hair, a beard, or a mustache, and over half said they feel more attractive with a beard. 55% said they have received compliments about their facial hair, while 41% said a beard makes them feel more confident. You see? So a beard really affects your feelings too. You know, and affects how women view you. Most women will love for a guy to have a beard, especially for Jake to have that, because Jake is the one that deserves to have that beard. You know, and my dad over here telling me to shave, and oh, why don't I shave and shit like that? Because my dad, he don't even know how to shave right. Because what he do is like he tries to use this electric shaver, and it looks retarded. His face look like he has a beard outline, and it looks shaved. He don't know how to clean shave right. He's really stupid, because he have ingrown hairs, and it just look like a damn demon. So, one time he even made jokes about me having a beard, because, you know, he's an immature ass idiot. He come just like the, fucking Esau. So much for working as a fucking correctional officer. Well, he's not really a correctional officer. He's like a civilian, and that's his position in Rikers Island, and then there's another office he works in Queens. He always told me, anytime if I get locked up, don't call him or nothing. Don't act like I don't know him, because they'll separate me from him and shit like that. Like, I wouldn't even give a fuck to even call him regardless. But because that's how much I just fucking hate that nigga. And it says this: a bear can improve your sex life. Consider this your classic case of the chicken and egg. An anonymous 1970 study quoted in the book The Dependent Gene found a correlated relation between the beard, the growth, and the potential for sex. The stimulus for increased beard growth is related to the consumption of sexual activity. Although the experiment found after spending extensive periods in isolation, when the likelihood of a sexual encounter increases, so does testosterone secretion, which may impact beard growth. The book analyzes. So more sex, more beard, or more beard, more sex? Well, both. According to a 2008 study carried out by psychologists at Northumbria University, women rated men with stubble as tough, mature, aggressive, dominant, and masculine, and as the best romantic partners, either for fling or for long-term relationships, per the Telegraph. Further quoting from the researchers in the Journal of the Personality and Individual Differences, the Telegraph notes, facial hair or beardedness is a powerful socio-sexual signal and an obvious biological marker of sexual maturity. See? Those are most of the benefits that is when you have a beard. You see? And it gives you that masculinity, that look. See, there's more articles supporting it. Masculine look saves you time by not shaving natural sunscreen. Just like I said, women love them. For the most of them, it gives you a healthier facial skin. Reduces allergies and asthma. It shows you have discipline. Yup. And it shows you that you have discipline from the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. That's why having a beard gives you that, you've been disciplined by the Heavenly Father and by the men that taught you this truth. You are raised up being disciplined by the laws and the commandments. And it says 9, it protects against allergens. It can be a great hobby, I guess. So I don't know why the fuck you have articles saying to shave when you have all these articles telling you why it's good to have a beard. See, it even lowers your chances of developing ingrown hairs and folliculitis. Helps your skin retain moisture. Slows down the aging process. It says when you grow a beard, a lot of people will probably tell you that you look a little bit older than you are. Exactly. And that's what happened with me. People say, oh, I look like I'm probably like maybe in my mid-20s. Some people say I look like my age because I still have a baby face. But it said, but they'll mean it in a good way. Yeah. Because they mean that you're more mature, you're older, If I was to shave, people would be thinking like I look like I'm supposed to be in high school. That's how young I look. So I, take care of myself. It says beards have a way of making men look more sophisticated and distinguished. Yeah, because you're not of the world. That's if you're in the truth when you have a beard. But, a lot of people will promote shaving. A lot of Edomites will do that. Heathens, some Jakes trying to shave, trying to be like Esau. When you keep your beard, you look different. And it says beards can also help you slow down the aging process and make you look so much younger than you are when you shave them off. When you shave them off. So basically, you look younger than when you shave them off, like your beard. You're basically gonna look older over time if you keep doing it. It says you'll be blown away by how radiant and youthful the skin underneath of your beard looks anytime you trim your beard all the way down. Your beard will prevent you from developing wrinkles, sunspots, and other signs of aging over the years. By doing this, it will bring the aging process to a crawl and help you preserve the skin on your face. And it makes you feel better about yourself overall. Because, first when I was in the truth, when I was learning about this truth, I was like, damn, they just gotta really grow out their beards. I was like, shit. But then after a while, like, it took me some time to adjust to it. So I just wanted to, keep it growing out because I started feeling like it felt godly to keep that. I kind of felt like maybe around being like maybe 19 or 20, I kind of felt like I was too young for this. But then I was like, nah, matter of fact, I'm not young for this. And at first, like, it wasn't growing out right anyway because I was growing patches, so that's why I pretty much shaved it off because it didn't look right. But I don't have an excuse to shave it off because now I have it fully grown out. I have like maybe like a little split between like my goatee or whatever, but nobody could barely notice it. It's just a little. It's gonna grow in though. It'll fill in. And Lord willing, it could fill in probably, in a couple months. And just keep taking care of it. Just praying to the Lord that it fully grow. Because this is how it looks right now. So, like, pretty much this is how my beard looks. You know, it's a godly feature. So, you know, and that's the point. That's the lesson of this video. You know, trying to influence a lot of you brothers. Keep your beards, grow it out, and it is not only having the look of the Heavenly Father. You have to do the works. You know, because mind you, scriptures say there's going to be wolves in sheep's clothing. People that look like our people that look like they're doing the will of the Lord, but instead they're twisting doctrines. You know, so you're gonna have people that have the look, but it's more the character that shows. The actions speak louder than words. I already did a video on that. Who I made the lesson edifying, like to give all glory, praise, and honor to Adonai Yahweh, Bashim Shamalak Yahushai, Bashim Krakadosh, the honor to the apostle of the elders, great millstone, peace, citation, hope for that. Yahweh Shalak Riyam, Adawami, Abba Shalom.